Mr. Peterson, is that you? Are you okay?
It's Doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor. Doctor.
Apologies,
Whoa,
apologies.
Apologies.
Is this Roman Schmidt?
And Tyler Quick.
One of them is Roman Schmidt. Yes, sir.
Tyler's the one with the real darkness behind his eyes in the Jungian sense, I don't doubt. He's the one that's always sort of integrating his shadow, and Roman's the one from the northern fields, like a kind of a tall, what would it be, a Nietzschean character, I don't doubt.
Yeah, I don't think you doubt correctly. How do I see my shadow? How do I take this darkness and get it out of me? Do you have any?
That's a complicated question. You know, first of all, it depends on what you mean by see, and then it depends on what you mean by my, and it depends on what you mean by shadow. But, you know, I guess a solid first step would be make your way down to 4th Street. It's Pride Month, you know, and it's like those things will pull a shadow out of a man quicker than you can say Bob's your uncle.
So is that sexual intercourse? Is that what you're implying? I need to get out there and.
You know, you laugh, but sexual intercourse, it's a complicated thing. You know, for many, many years, all of Western civilization has been predicated on the idea that sexual intercourse between a man and a man, well, excuse me, that was a bit of a Freudian slip. And I'm not much of a Freud guy, I'm more of a Jungian myself, but sexual intercourse between a man and a man is what's upholding our entire, you know, civilization. It's like, yes, it's like, that's it, man. You know, that's it. That's what you have to do to integrate your shadow into... Hang on one second. I'm getting a text from Lex Friedman asking if I have any more Benadryl. All out of Ambien. Oh. These fuckers.
Wait, so if I start sleeping around with more, if I get more men in my life, I'll that's the way forward.
Well, I've been reading this book. I'll tell you, I've been reading these books on. It's very popular now with the ladies. It's the fairy porn, and the men are just, God, they're just as masculine as could be, man. You know, it's like they've got bodies that are hard and tough, and it's like they've been beaten down by society, and it's like, what does that mean? You begin to ask yourself, and, you know, I think there's a dragon deep inside all of us, and it's so deep inside of you that there's only one type of thing that can get it out, and it's got to get it out through the rear end. You know, it's like, this is meaningful stuff. So yes, I would say yes, it is. You need a cock in your butt.
I gotta be honest with you. My masculine side doesn't agree with that. I think I prefer women for some reason.
Well, don't be so sure that you're masculine. It's like, first of all, what does that mean? You know, what is masculinity? It's like, I wouldn't be so sure if I were you that the things you think mean things in reality. It's like, you know, I was doing many studies in my days as a Harvard professor, and it's like, you know, we gave testosterone to rats. And, you know, what does a rat do when you give it testosterone? Well, it fucks, you know, and it fucks hard, and it fucks a lot. And it's like, it fucks everything. Man, woman, female rat, male rat. So, are you better than a rat, you know?
I'd like to think so, but I guess not.
I would guess not, too, you know. Not that I know much about the stand-up comedy world, but I've been on the Joe Rogan podcast, and some of these fuckers are squirrely little fellas.
I think Roman's a squirrely little fella. Do you have any advice for?
This little fella I've seen, it comes from hell. You know, this is hell where he comes from, all the way up there in the lake region. These people do nothing but spread mayonnaise on each other and have sex with their sisters and eat fried cheese. It's like, this is what was going on in the Soviet Union. It's like, you wonder how people like Vladimir Zelensky has to defend his country against tyrants. It's because of these fucking people, you know. They're just eating cheese and decapitating anything we have left in our civilization. Of course he's a rat. He's a reprehensible excuse for a human being. It's not the type of man that you want in your life at all. Roman Schmidt, he sounds like he's a leader of the Gestapo, for Christ's sake. I mean, for the love of God, no, these are the worst, absolutely most reprehensible people that I've ever met, except for Joe Rogan. He's been very good to me, I'd like to say publicly. He's, you know, my career has been good, but is Roman there?
I'm here.
We're just trying to take in everything you're saying. You're kind of blowing our...
I was just kidding, buddy. What are you people even up to? Are you hanging out in Austin?
We're currently in Austin, yeah, chilling, relaxing. Where are you currently at?
I'm in Austin too, or as I like to call it, hell.
I agree. What part of Austin?
Well, I'm on the east side right now, kind of away from all the shenanigans that the people are getting into with their postmodern Orwellian hellscape of a Pride Month. You know, and it's like, I'm not a particularly hateful person, but I do like to stay among my artwork and my traditional values.
What about your shadow? You never done it with a man? You never.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I've been alive a hell of a lot longer than both of you. You know, I've seen things. I've read Man's Search for Meaning. I've studied hard, you know. I've studied Jung and Marx and... Well, yes, I have, okay? I was a professor in the 1970s, okay? It was just what you did. But I'm not into that kind of thing anymore.
So it's a choice.
Well, I don't particularly like the way those questions are formulated. It's like, well, what do you mean by choice exactly? You know?
Judas?
It's what you assume that's what that means, but that meaning is predicated on a deeper layer of meaning that all meaning throughout all of history definitions have been. I'm tired of these types of debates. You know, it's like people in your need for specific definitions. It's like, am I Christian or not? It's like, I don't know what that means exactly.
Do you want to come out and get some Christian ladies with us, Doctor?
Well, I'm a married man, but, you know, I suppose she doesn't have to know. It's not a bad idea. You know, I've made my way off of a number of different vices, and I could go out on the town. Do you know Christian ladies?
we know a lot of Christian ladies.
Like who?
We just show we don't want to blow our spot up right
You want
away.
the phone numbers?
Oh, come on. Now you two fuckers won't name names. I mentioned Lex Friedman and Joe Rogan. I'm risking my career. You people won't even... Well, that's fair enough. You're young.
I know Jesus Christ.
Well, I would say I do too, but I don't know what that means exactly.
You, me, and Jesus, and night on the town.
Not in Austin. This is hell, you know, especially now since dads are fighting. Elon, you know, that's a hell of a guy, you know, and you think about a guy like that, like Elon, and he's fighting with Trump, and it's like, you know, this city is... he's got a hold on this city, man. He's got a hold on this city, and I wouldn't like to be out in the town when Elon is out, you know, with his autism and his self-driving vehicles. It could get a little dicey.
I work at Tesla. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, it's good for you, you know. You have a job. There's a crisis of masculinity in this country where people don't, you know, you're not useless and nihilistic. You have a skill. You can build an electric vehicle. You can run over an immigrant. You know, this is missing. You know, I bet Roman doesn't have a job at all. He's probably out there just wallowing in his own self-pity and sort of whining about his professors. It's like, that's what's going on with this generation. These people, they have no ability to stand up straight with your shoulders back and encounter your shadow the way a lobster does. You know, you have a mechanism in your brain that runs on serotonin, and it's only going to be fed if you have a job at a place like Tesla. And it's like, people don't understand that that's what Elon is contributing to this society. And it's like, if you want to be a loser lobster, you cannot have a job like Roman. Or if you want to be a winner lobster, you can have a Tesla job like Tyler. And you can talk garbage about Elon Musk all you want, but at least he's contributing to Western civilization.
That's beautiful. Way to it. I like how you went after Roman there. That's beautiful.
I feel
You're both scum, but, you know, I like to give it both ways.
Let's give it both
I
ways.
feel motivated though. That's the thing.
Well, yes, you should. You know?
Do you have any final words? Me and Roman are trying to achieve greatness with our show here. Do you have any
Final
advice?
remarks?
Well, I have a book
Oh, you do.
that's coming out. It's called 15 More Fucking Things to Do. And And I have a chapter in there, and chapter 1, if you've read my previous book, you might remember, was to stand up straight with your shoulders back. And chapter 2 of my second book, of course, was to put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. And, well, the first chapter in my third book is to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. And it's like, this is what people have been missing. It's like you have to move your body and you have to integrate yourself in a way that prescribes to the dignity of your human self. Order yourself with the soul in a spatial sense. Stop jerking off your little penis until you completely lose all sense of what a woman is, because you're consuming pornography in a fake sense. You have to go for a walk or two. But there's a lot of other rules in there.
Yeah, we've been jerking off a lot, and you got us there. But I do make my bed every morning per your advice. So.
Yes, well, that's good.
All right, well, Doctor, we're gonna go look at some pornography. But thank you so much for calling in. You kind of just violated my mind. I don't know what to do right now. You really got to me.
I'm happy to hear it. I have a phone call with Ben Shapiro. We're gonna fix the Middle Eastern conflict.
All right. Well, I hope I don't have any Palestine. I have no comment on that. Good luck with that.
Okay. Well. I mean, I don't know.
I appreciate the work and the effort you're putting into it, I guess.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless, Doctor. Bye. Thank you. Sponsor of this podcast. It's a great sponsor. It's that early show, Pocket Pussy. So we're going to get into that business. And we got a lot of fellas who like to, we have one woman following us now, but good work. We got one woman.
We got a woman.
One woman fan. We did it. Who's not your sister. But it's nice, which is hard to do because most women he knows are his sister.
Yeah.
He's got like 30 of those fucking things. And I said that respectfully. If you guys watch, I know you don't. But, Dr. Peterson said something about cheese and the fucking, yeah, he nailed the head on that. But anyway, that early show, Pocket Pussy. So, we know the fellas get out there and, or if a woman wants to, finger a pussy that's not their own, you can get that too. So that earlier show, Pocket Pussy, we're getting into the business. It's a beautiful thing. You look really sad right there. Were you thinking about how all 30 of your sisters and how you miss them?
I miss every single one of them. I do also have another outside sponsor.
All right.
Not inside promotion.
All right.
This company, they're called One.
Mm-hmm.
It's the latest and greatest thing on the internet. It is a new search engine, and they call it One instead of Google.
Okay.
Why One? Well, One is designed for people who struggle to make decisions. With One, you can search anything you want, and you only get one result.
Nice.
Yeah. This is really just designed for women when they have to look for something to eat.
Like a restaurant? Okay.
Yeah.
They have it on Google. If you search something, you put "I'm feeling lucky," it just takes you to the first one. Just so I don't know if you guys were aware.
Well,
I don't know
this
if
is
you're
very simple. This is for women.
it's for women. Oh, it's simple.
Simplified. That's how they pitched it to me, and they also paid great.
Really? How much are we talking?
Like $3,000.
Does the company hire women?
No.
Nice. Okay.
That's why they're
nice.
able to profit.
That's why. Well,
men with
so,
skills.
that's why they're so effective. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's One. Yeah, they're cool.
One.
They pretty much sold me strictly because it's a misogynistic search engine, and I was like, yeah, we'll work with you.
Nice.
I figured you'd be down for that.
Yeah, I figured you'd be down. It's kind of your brand. You're kind of branding that right now.
No.
Give us an example. Let's say I search something. Let's say I search a restaurant nearby. What would come up for a lady?
For a lady?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming only women use this.
It's designed for women.
It's designed for women. Okay.
And then feminine men.
Feminine men. Dr. Peterson.
Maybe Peterson.
Maybe Peterson.
Peterson S. But, so you type in restaurants, boom, Chipotle.
Chipotle. Bitches love Chipotle.
Oh, bitches beat Chipotle up.
Bitches do like Chipotle.
All right, I'll give you another example. What else would you search as a bitch?
Fun things to do in my area.
Boom, eat at Chipotle.
Nice.
Because really, that's all women need is to eat.
They also like taking pictures next to, fucking things
Angel
downtown.
wings.
Yeah. The bitches love doing that.
They love being basic as hell.
Basic bitches out there.
Well, I think we just lost our one new female follower.
Fuck, no. Come back. I forget your name, but come down. You had nice tits. Come back. You a thick bitch. Come back. Actually, you're kind of proportionally. Come on, I want to fuck you. Come back. Don't
You
leave.
thought I'd be the weird one.
Don't leave.
You're worried I'd be the weird one that'd walk her.
About what? Oh, the fan?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to open it with. She'll see that. I already slid into her DMs. Should say.
Exercise may significantly reduce risk of colon cancer.
Nice.
Right? Wait, exercise can make you healthier and live a better lifestyle? Said some fat fuck. Alright, that was a very opinion Roman.
Wait, would the exercise reduces your risk of colon cancer?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's some fat guy being like, what? Exercise?
so
That was a joke. It's
all right. Good job. Okay,
Oh,
batting third in the lineup.
he's just trying to make contact right now.
All right.
Woman found in Italy beheaded and stuffed in.
Nice, dude. I like the direction of this so far. Good start. I like this. There we go. Come on. Come on. Woman beheaded. This is fun. I like this already.
Woman found in Italy beheaded and stuffed in suitcase.
Nice.
Security guard admitted that he did that. Maybe hitting a woman isn't so bad.
There you go, dude.
Could be worse, woman.
You go.